we proceed with
See,
that.
you guys,
No,
I
before,
answer your guys' question and you don't answer my question. I'm
no,
asking
no,
you,
no.
what was the New Testament translated from?
Expat, can I ask you first just one question before we
I
proceed with the
answered every
discussion?
one of your questions. Why can't you answer one question from
No, no,
mine? I
no,
answer like
no.
10 questions.
I
Brother,
haven't asked
brother
question.
expat, Prof. Manny is just clarifying
Uh,
that he
Okay,
said
okay,
that he
okay.
said
Okay.
earlier that the
Abiel,
Filipino
Wait.
context is
Okay.
Abiel.
ignorant.
One on one, one on one.
No, 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 Abiel.
You guys be
Abiel, just
quiet.
give me some time, please. Give me some time.
Manny.
Yeah, yes.
Manny.
May I
If
know
I
what religion do
answer
you...
one of your questions, can you answer one question of mine? Can you agree to
Yes,
that?
okay.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
answer your
I
question,
agree.
and then you have
Okay.
to answer my question right after. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
Just a query. What subscription, religious subscription do you belong? Are you a Protestant,
I'm a
evangelical,
Roman
Reformed?
Catholic. I'm a traditional Catholic.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, can you answer my question now? You said you answer my question after I answered
Okay.
your question.
Okay.
What
So
language was the New
this
Testament
uh,
translated from?
okay. This is just a brotherly discussion, bro.
Okay,
Huh?
so you're not
I do not
answering the
intend.
question.
No, I do not intend to debate or argue with you because I'm not used to it. Just answering question. I am an RCC like you, and if you ask what language the language of the New Testament is, in my reading and understanding, is Greek.
Greek, yes, you're correct. You're 100% correct, bro. That's all I was asking.
Thank you.
Okay, you answer.
Okay, thank you.
You ask me a question. I answer respectively. You
Yeah.
or I ask you a question. Okay. You can ask me another question, or you can
Okay,
keep
okay.
adding on to the
So,
conversation. But
so
the people earlier were
you're.
not answering the question.
I'm sorry for that. No, I am a Catholic, and
Okay, I'm a
I
Catholic
just
too, brother. I'm a Catholic
yes.
too.
I just don't like the accusation you made earlier that you Filipino Catholics are ignorant.
I didn't.
I
I
hope.
said that because where I live in Mindanao at the moment, they believe in superstition a lot. Okay, they mix in
Oh,
superstition
okay.
with Catholicism. It's
Okay.
not compatible with Catholicism.
Uh,
Do you know what I mean? Because
okay.
they
Yeah.
believe in like a aswang.
Okay.
They believe in walk,
Okay.
and then they
Okay.
try to. Okay, you know what I mean, bro? Because you live in the Philippines
Ayan
and
na.
you're Catholic. Okay,
Yeah, I know what you mean because that is cultural. What you observe are cultural. Okay.
it's
And
cultural,
since
but it's not compatible with Catholicism.
I agree with you, but then the Catholic Church in the Philippines does not encourage those cultural beliefs or
No,
practices.
okay, you're saying that, but I talk to priests here, and they don't do anything about it. They let them. They let them. I'm not a Protestant, bro. I'm a Catholic. I'm a strict Catholic, you know. But here in Mindanao, I live in Mindanao. Dude, like they believe in like all those superstitions, and the priests do nothing about it.
Okay. Okay. So let us grant, for the sake of discussion, bro, that the church in the Philippines does not do anything to warn or to forewarn or to correct these cultural practices. Okay, but you're an American, right?
They don't correct the lay people. They don't correct the
Okay.
laymen, the people that
Okay.
don't know enough about religion.
Okay, but you're an American Catholic, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now you
Yes.
know
Okay.
Catholics in America are
Okay.
minorities, so
Okay. So if I am going to buy your argument and I visit also America and I found some some practices or cultural practices of Americans which does not jive with our culture or with my observation. So, shall I deduce the conclusion that your cultural practices as an American that's not is not in line with the Catholic? Will I do the
No,
same
but if you,
judgment?
that no, but if you went to a specific parish where they were abusing that sort of thing and you were to call it out, I wouldn't blame you. But America is so big, and it's not Catholicism is not the major religion, but supposedly here in the Philippines, it's supposed to be the majority. But you know, a lot of
Well,
people here are
yeah.
just they're just
Well, I
like
agree.
Catholic by culture and name. They're not
Well,
actually
I
Catholics.
agree. Yeah, I understand your observation, but uh, if you are embedded in our culture, you may you may learn to accept because we are a multicultural what nation, or we as Filipinos have different cultures, and we have different islands and islets. So if you live here for how many years or
But
more,
if
I
you
think you will learn to accept our culture.
I accept your culture, but if you learned about the Vatican before 1968 with the Second Vatican Council, you will learn that most Catholics believe in the same thing. But after the Second Vatican Council, there was a big change and a big innovation within the church. So
Okay,
Catholics before the Second Vatican Council, they all agreed on one thing. And you
okay.
know,
So,
the Catholic Church is the
uh,
one that civilized the Philippines, you know?
okay. So let us proceed and go back to the core of our discussion. Since you are an RCC, an American RCC, and I'm a Filipino RCC, do you agree with me when I say that the church, okay, as a developing and as a church that evangelizes Christ to different cultures in the world, do you agree that the church cannot just negate culture of every nation where we evangelize? Do you agree with that?
I agree that every the Catholic
Very
Church
good.
is
Thank
their
you. Thank
duty
you.
is to evangelize every nation, but we're
Thank you.
not
Thank
supposed
you.
to respect every culture where if it
Okay.
interferes with the Catholic Church or within the divine rules of the church.
Okay. But are you not aware uh, when you try to have a research on the evangelization life of the Catholic Church that and through the social and cultural encyclical letters of our Pope that the Church take cognizance and respect of the culture of each country where they evangelize the Word of God.
Oh,
Are you not
that's the
aware of
Second
that?
Vatican. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The Second Vatican Council does, but the church anathematizes. If you know what anathema means, anyone who
Yeah,
denies
yeah.
the dogmas of the Catholic Church and who disbelieves in any teaching the Catholic Church believes in.
Okay.
So any dogmas,
So,
if they deny
yeah,
any
yeah.
dogmas of church, like Protestants,
Okay,
you
I
may
agree with you.
because you follow the Second Vatican Council, like
Okay.
evangelical. Do you know how anti-Catholic evangelicals are here?
Yeah,
They hate the
because
Catholic Church.
yeah, I know that because I've been discussing with them day in
And
and
then
day
they say
out of
they
my
hate your
life in
church,
the
right? They
circle.
say you guys worship Mary.
Yeah.
You guys worship Mary.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
say
I
all those
understand
things,
that.
and they
Okay. But let us not talk about them, bro, because we are both Catholics. Okay.
yeah, but
But
you're kind of
yeah.
defending their positions because the Catholic Church is the one true church. The Protestant
No,
Church,
no, no.
the Pentecostals, the Baptists, the ayon, and the Iglesia de Cristo. They're all false churches.
Yeah,
They're founded thousands of years after Christ. They're not true churches.
yes, yes, yes. We agree. I know that thing, brother. But then uh, the same true goes with American Reform, born again, and
Exactly, born
other.
again. And you know what? Okay, let me say something. You know what's funny? Most of these Protestant churches, right? Their pastors are American. So they listen to their pastor that's American. Oh, he's a white.
So,
He's a white guy. I'm going to listen to him. Okay,
so,
as living in
so,
Mindanao, you guys believe
so
in
whom are we going to blame now for this? This
I'll blame
proliferation of
Martin
different
Luther.
churches.
I'll blame Martin Luther. I'll blame Martin Luther, bro.
It's all his fault. It's all his fault, right? Yeah, that's why
Yeah, cuz
there are lots
he
of denominations here because of this so-called heretic
there's
priest.
thousands, there's thousands. There's the
Yes,
Kibaloy,
and
there's the IMMC,
yes,
Iglesia de
and we have to
Cristo, there's
admit,
the LDS.
yes, and we
There's
have to
so
admit,
many
bro.
religions here.
We have also to admit, bro, that American
There's Seven-day
evangel.
Adventists.
Yes, we have to admit that
And
American
okay,
evangel.
okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, who founded the Seven-day Adventist Church?
Yeah, 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 yeah. We have to admit
It
that
was American. It was
Americans are
American. It
also
was American
culprit. Yeah,
lady.
yeah,
It was American woman.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
who founded the Pentecostal church?
yeah, yeah. That is what I'm saying, bro. That let us
It
not
was American. It
generalize.
was American. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. You guys, the Filipinos here are so brainwashed. Most of the religions were founded by Americans, but the Catholic Church was founded by our Lord Jesus Christ, and it was founded on the rock of Saint Peter. Peter, Cephas means rock, and then Jesus said, "In this rock, I'll found this church. I'll found this church." Saint Peter is that rock. He's our first pope.
okay, okay,
Do you
good
agree
for
with that,
your.
Manny?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that because
On this
I
rock,
studied that theology, brother.
I'll found my church.
Thank you very much for that. Okay, I appreciate it because you have that kind
Okay, I'm
of
gonna mute myself,
deep
but
knowledge.
give us a monologue. I'll mute myself for now, but I'll stay in the chat room. Give
Okay,
this
okay, thank you.
translate to our Filipino audience.
Yeah, no, it's okay. They understand English, bro. Let us not belittle Filipinos. Filipinos are intelligent, bro. Yeah.
Everybody.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Sige po, viewerista, thank you, host. Viewerista. Anta, thank you. Morwin, do the honors, please. Magkukuhan lang ako. Gagawa lang ako ng PowerPoint, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother one.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, hello, bro, expat Lee. Good evening, how are you? Si ano daw, si Kuya Francisco daw, may sasabihin.
Hello, expat. Can I hello expat? Can I ask you a question? Do you hear the group Church of Christ or Christian Church in the USA?
What was that?
Do you hear the group names na Church of Christ or Christian Church? Do you know that group?
Church of Christ. I know. Yeah, I've heard of it. It's a Protestant sect. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Do you hear? You said you hear Church of Christ in USA, but Iglesia ni Cristo. There is a Iglesia ni Cristo in America, or it is not unknown name in the US. The Iglesia ni Cristo
No,
in
in the U.S., it's not known.
yeah.
INC is not known in the U.S.
But the Church of Christ, this group, Church of Christ, this is a well-known group in the US. Can you agree?
Yeah, Church of Christ. Yeah, that's a known group, but it's a Protestant sect. So
Or do you hear that? Iglesia ni Cristo in the USA, you are not an idiot, but You are well not known group in the US, Iglesia ni Cristo ni Manalo, but this group, Church of Christ, is a well-known group
The
based on
INC was
our
founded.
American
It's
friends.
founded in the Philippines.
Crisis,
Iglesia ni
crisis ka bro.
Cristo, do you hear that? Iglesia ni Cristo? Our
No, we don't.
American
That's
friends
founded in
said
the
that
Philippines.
Church of
MCGI,
Christ
tanong mo.
are well-known group in the USA, but Iglesia ni Cristo, unknown group.
MCGI,
Yeah,
tanong mo.
it's a
Crisis
no.
God.
Mhm.
MCGI, tanong mo, kilala doon.
Do you know the word? Do you know, friend, American friend? Do you know the group MCGI in US? It is a cult here. Iglesia ni Cristo and MCGI are a cult group in the Philippines. Do you know
I've
that?
never heard of them because there's so many.
Do you know
There's
the
so many
MCGI?
like
Unknown name?
hundreds of
Oh no,
thousands.
oh no. It's a, oh no, oh no. MCGI are a cult group here in the Philippines, like Iglesia ni Cristo. Unknown group yan in USA.
Uh, there's also a lot of cult groups in the USA, but I've never heard of these because
MCGI,
in
do
the
you know
Philippines
that?
there's so many cults. It's hard to keep up with.
Yes, there are
You
many
know.
cults here in the Philippines, friend. Especially Iglesia ni Cristo, one of the best cult group in the
Naman kayo
Philippines.
nagkakaintindihan, Isgad, malayo yung sagot mo sa tanong. Yung tanong mo, malayo sa sagot.
Nakita mo, Abiel, sa US pala, Abiel, unknown kayo, Abiel, narinig mo?
Walang iya,
Unknown
Isgad.
kayo, hindi kayo, pero
Hindi,
sabi
hindi
niya,
kasi
Church of Christ is a
maraming
well-known
Church
group
of
in the
Christ sa
Philippines.
Amerika. Crisis God. Maraming Church of
Uh,
Christ.
our American friend tells us that Church of Christ, this group is well-known group in the USA, but Iglesia ni Cristo
Yeah,
ni
Church
Manalo,
of Christ.
unknown.
That's what. Yeah, you asked me if I know Church of Christ. I know about the Church of Christ, but I don't know about. I know about INC because I live here in the Philippines, but I don't know about any of the other groups you've been naming because there's so many different groups here. You know,
But
like
in the US,
Kibaloy,
expat, but in the
Pentecostal.
US,
Ako pala,
expat.
Isgad eh. Alam naman pala, Isgad. Pipilit mo
Hindi
nga eh.
naman pala kayo, dito lang pala kayo kilala sa Pilipinas. INC, you are very
Ano,
boastful. You are very boastful. You are only in the Philippines, while Church of Christ are a well-known group in the US, especially in
I said
America.
I
Kilala din
knew
yung
the Church
reliyon
of
mo dyan.
Christ. I already told you
God.
that.
Tanungin mo nga kung kilala din yung reliyon mo dyan sa US.
Kilala nga, tinanong ko na nga, friend,
Papalit mo pa.
maraming Church
American
of
friend,
Christ.
they asked me if you know this group, Church of Christ in America.
Yeah, I already told you like 5 times. I know what they are.
O,
Ano
kita
daw ng
nyo?
ano,
Kita?
target mo ng,
America
ano
na
ng
yan, ha?
ano,
American Catholic knows the
Kuya, ano,
Church of
Kuya Ed.
Christ, a well-known
Kuya
group
Ed.
in the US.
Lagyan mo daw ng
But
ano,
the
lagyan
Iglesia
mo
ni
daw ng,
Cristo is
Hey, I told
garbage.
you. I told
Only
you
a
5 times. I
lagyan
know
mo
what
daw
they
ng
are.
ano,
I was
lagyan
saying
mo
unlicensed
daw
one.
ng
group,
33
a
AD
cult
kasi
group
baka nakiklaim
based
mo
on
yung sa
our
amin.
American friend.
Lagyan mo daw ng 33 AD.
Oh,
Sabi,
no, no,
lagyan
no,
mo
no.
33
That
AD.
is 33 AD is ano lang yan, is commercial, ano yan, commercialism yan.
Yung Church of Christ in America, iba-ibang denomination yun, bro.
Oo. Paano yan? INC, nakakaya kayo. Mga basura lang pala kayo doon. Mga kutong lupa lang kayo. Mga kuto lang pala
Wala
kayo
naman,
sa US. Dito
alam mo,
lang
wala
kayo
naman
mayabang.
silang ganyan. Troman
Wala
to si
tayong magagawa.
Isgad.
I am not the one who say that. Our American friend that they said that INC or Manalo are an unknown group in US, but Church of Christ is one of the best group or known group in the
They're
US.
separate. Okay, but they're not. They're separate.
Doon
Wala.
That's why you're
Nga.
not speaking English to me. You're just talking.
What you said,
You're just talking
Iglesia
in
ni
your
Cristo here is
language with them.
nga. They are nga. They are nga. They don't know in
You
US
speak. You're
that
not
Church
even
of
speaking
Christ is our
English, bro. You're
group
not
in
even speaking English,
America. How about
dude. Your English is
INC na
first
nga?
grade
Nga
level,
pala kayo
bro.
sa US.
Oh,
You're
first
Kawawa
not
grade
kayo.
speaking
level lang.
English. Are you speaking English?
First grade level lang daw, Kuya Isgad, yung English mo. Kaya
Okay
hindi
Yes,
mo
at
lang.
first,
maintindihan.
dude. You're not even speaking English, and you're over here being Martez with your Filipino brethren. Okay, speak English with me.
I
Ikaw
speak a little
nakakahiya.
English, but I speak Tagalog when
Kuan,
I
kuan,
spoke with
kuan. You're not even
our
speaking English.
countrymen, like Iglesia ni Cristo. Cristo. That want to prove.
Dude, you don't even know how to speak. You have bad English, bro. I'm
Okay,
sorry, you have bad
okay.
English.
Okay lang, it's okay lang. No, no, it's not a big
Okay,
deal.
Ra.
I am a
Okay, Ra.
Filipino. I am
Dude,
a
I don't
Filipino.
understand Messiah. You speak English with me. You're over here being
By the way,
Martes with these other
by the way,
Filipinos, and
bro,
you're not even speaking English with me.
no. I have a question regarding the Second Vatican Council of 1968.
Okay. This guy knows how to speak English. Okay, go
Which do
ahead.
you
I'll
prefer,
answer your
bro?
question.
The traditional mass or the Novus Ordo?
I prefer the TLM, the traditional land mass.
Okay. What about the Novus Ordo?
I'm
What
a
can you say about that?
sedevacantist. Do you know what a sedevacantist is?
Because some Catholic priests like in other country they said that is a demonic mass. What can you say about that?
Yes, it is. It is because
Okay,
it
okay.
was influenced by
Yeah.
the Protestants.
Okay. Because some of the apologetics, Catholic apologetics here in the Philippines, defending about the Novus Ordo,
They'll
that is
defend it,
that
but then
one.
they have illegitimate priests. Like here where I live, there's no
Okay, okay, bro.
legitimate priests. They're all illegitimate priests. They weren't validly ordained as a priest. They're
So,
just Protestants. They're Protestants basically.
therefore, bro, you are Novus Ordo for you, bro, is a demonic mass.
It's demonic.
Oh
You
my
should not
God.
even attend it. You can't
Okay,
attend
bro.
a Northern Order mass. It's a demonic.
I have some knowledge about the Second Vatican Council. It's about the Novus Ordo and the traditional mass, the Tridentine mass.
Okay. You sound very educated right now,
But
bro.
here in the Philippines they are defending the
Mo-
Novus Ordo.
yeah,
They
it's
said this
mostly
is not
Novus
demonic.
Ordo in the Philippines, bro. I live here in the Philippines, so I understand
Okay, okay, bro.
what you're
That's
saying.
okay, bro. Thank you,
Are
brother.
you
Thank you.
Catholic?
No, I'm not a Catholic. I am Iglesia ni Cristo, the Church of Christ. That our brother Christ of is God is claiming that the Church of Christ in the America is that
Detective, good evening.
the 33 AD. Do you know that, bro? That group, bro, in the America, the Church of Christ 33 AD.
Yeah, that's what the guy was asking me. I know about the Church of Christ, but I didn't know you guys were associated
The
with
33
the
AD, bro.
INC.
I mean, bro,
So do you believe in the Trinity?
Church of
Do you
Christ
believe in the
33
Trinity,
AD.
bro?
Okay, by the way, bro, it's thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I'm just asking about
Oh,
the
bro,
mass.
you're a very honest guy, bro. You should not. Can you honestly answer my questions, bro? Because the other people here they don't answer my question honestly. Because you're very knowledgeable about like the what I was talking about. Hey, Bill,
Yes, brother. Yes, yes.
do you believe in the Trinity?
No, brother, we are not believing in the Trinity because
So you guys are
it is
Unitarians.
not. It is we are sola scriptura if you know that, bro. We are defending on what is written in the Bible. So we are not believing in the Trinity because it is not written in.
So who translated the Bible, the New Testament?
It is not about who translated the Bible.
Yes,
What
It
important
is
is
about who
no,
translated the
brother. What
Bible.
important is what is written in the Bible. Not who translated is not important because not all the time, bro. There's a translation that Protestant translation so and other denominations. So if you
Just
are
answer the
claiming
question. You're evading
and
the
if you
question even if it is not important. Answer the question even if it is not important. Just answer the question.
Precisely.
so I can say that
You
the
were
Protestant and the Catholic. So so
No,
so
the Catholic
so
Church
so that's so
translated the
that's so
Bible.
that's so
There
that's
was
why brother I said that it is not important who translated the Bible, who translated the New Testament.
Okay, so if it
because
wasn't
there's
translated,
a
then
lot
you
of
wouldn't
translation,
have it
because there's a
in Tagalog or
because there
Bisaya. It wouldn't be
because there's
translated,
is
bro.
there's is a Protestant translation, there's is a Catholic translation. So what important about that?
But what was the first translation?
So
That's what I'm asking you.
if we read and so if we rely on the Protestant translation, it is wrong, and if we rely on the Catholic translation, it is right.
No, but the Protestants
Yes,
translated
exactly.
after the
It is not
Catholics.
important. It is not important
It's
who
not important, but
translated the
if it wasn't
Bible.
translated from the
What what
Europeans, you wouldn't even have it in Bisaya
what
or in
important is what
Tagalog
is
or
written and what you
Ilocano,
believe.
Ilonggo. You wouldn't have it.
By the way, bro, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just asking about what you can say about the Dombos or the
Yes, oh yeah, they are Aryans, bro. They don't believe in the translation. The Catholic Church is the ones that created the dogma of the Trinity and of the translations. Because okay, you can say who compiled the Bible? It was the Catholic Church that compiled the Bible. Because who came up with
no,
the
brother.
English press?
What I
Why
said,
is the
bro.
Bible in chapters?
What I
It
said, bro.
wasn't in
It is not
chapters before the
important.
Catholic Church. It
It is
was
not
in
important who
scrolls.
found the Bible, who translated the Bible, because there's a lot of translation,
If it
and
wasn't
it is
okay, you're saying it's not important, but who? If it wasn't
yes, it is
translated,
not.
how would you be able to understand it?
What
How
important
would you be
is
able to understand the Bible if it wasn't
what is
translated?
written in the Bible. That is the important thing, right?
Evading the
My
question of
gosh,
Bill.
bro.
Bill, you're
Can I
evading the
ask? Can I
question.
ask few questions to expat host?
Okay, go ahead.
Expat.
Okay.
Hi, hello. I'm a Catholic expat, by the way. Expat, is it true that you made an insinuation a while ago that Catholics in the Philippines are ignorant?
They are, and even in America, a lot of Catholics are ignorant
Yes,
in America.
I concur. I concur. But let me rephrase the phraseology. Not all. So, question: do you agree that those ignorant Catholics became Protestant? That's the implication of becoming an ignorant Catholic. You're
No, I wouldn't say they became Protestant, but I would say that
do
they're
you
just
also
ignorant.
do you also agree that ignorant Catholics pertaining to Bible became Protestant? Do you agree to that?
Yeah, most ignorant Catholics that
Yes,
they
be-
they they
uh,
they follow the Bible alone and they don't even know what it means.
and so
So they'll follow a
therefore,
random pastor.
the ignorant Catholics can found their own church and self-proclaim themselves
Exactly.
as
Exactly.
exactly
That's how Protestant was that's
Like
how
Felix
Protestants
Manalo,
was
correct?
founded.
So Felix
That's how
Manalo is an example, is a perfect example of an ignorant Catholic, correct?
who?
Because he's Felix Manalo, the founder of the Iglesia ni Cristo. He's a former Catholic.
Yeah, he was probably born in a Catholic family, and he probably believed he didn't agree with anything his family said. So he's like, okay, he's like, screw my mom, and my dad. I'm just gonna
And
believe
so
what I say.
therefore, the repercussions of being an ignorant Catholic is that you have these probabilities or possibilities to found your own church. Correct?
Exactly. Okay. Can I say something for you real quick?
Thank you. Sige. Go on.
I left the Catholic Church when I was in high school. Okay, and I used to say the same brain like wash stuff. I used to say, oh, the Catholics, oh, you guys worship statues. Dude, if you met me in high school, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this guy hates Catholicism so much. I'll be like, you guys worship statues. You pray to you pray to Mary. Mary's a sinner and all that stuff. And I was very anti-Catholic. I was the biggest anti-Catholic you can meet. But eventually, I started reading into history. Okay, the early church was Catholic. You can't deny that. There was no such thing as okay. 2,000 years ago, was there a NIC? No, there was no NIC. Was there a Pentecostal church? No, there wasn't. Was there a Baptist? Was there a Kibbaloi? Was there this church? No, it was either the Catholic Church or it was the Eastern Orthodox Church in Europe, okay? and they can't. The thing about Protestants or these heretics here, they can't deny the fact that their church didn't exist but before the 20th century, okay? And that's my words. Anybody can come up on the platform and debunk me.
Expat, do you agree that those denominations that you have mentioned a while ago, one of their common ground is they're anti-Catholics, correct?
They're all anti-Catholics. They're all
And
anti-Catholic.
thank you. And they're all claiming that they're the true church, correct?
They all claim that they're the true church, but they only exist within the 20th century.
And they're also la escritura, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, say for example they were to travel 2,000 years ago. The early Christians, right? If they were to travel 2,000 years, or maybe like not 500, because that's when the Protestant Reformation. Okay, let's say they were to travel like 1,700 years ago. If they were to ask them questions, the early Christians, they'd be like, "What? This is heresy." But that's their whole basis, like saying, "Oh, you guys worship Mary. You worship Mary. You worship the saints." We don't worship the saints or Mary. We ask them for intercession. It's the same thing as when they say, "Oh, I know my grandpa's in heaven. Oh, can you pray for me? Because my family." It's the same thing. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you one logical question. For you, expat, what came first, the church or the Bible?
The church came first, and then it compiled the Bible, so we knew what the Bible
Correct.
means. And
In other words, there is already a church before the
there was a
compilation
church.
of the Bible, correct?
Exactly, and then
And
Saint
so
Paul tells us to,
therefore,
to follow
and so there,
tradition.
and so therefore, this true church founded by Jesus Christ is not Bible alone, because you said a while ago that this church founded by
It's
Jesus
not. It's
Christ,
not sola scriptura. Okay, in Latin
correct,
it's called sola scriptura. It's not
correct. And
sola
so therefore, one
scriptura.
of the what your lag. And so therefore, one of the, shall we say, indicators of the true church is this true church is the true church is not Bible alone, because you said a while ago that the church existed long before the compilation of the Bible. Do you agree to that?
Exactly, yeah, because before the Bible was compiled, they didn't have like nowadays they think that, oh, like Protestants nowadays they think that the Bible was, they had chapters, they had pages. No, the ink, the printing press was created by the Catholic Church, so we made it into the basically what my point is the Bible was written in scrolls. It wasn't written in pages, chapters. The Catholic Church created that. Do you agree with that,
I
bro?
I I totally agree. And so therefore,
The printing
those
press was created
churches,
by the Catholic
I
churches.
I agree. And so therefore, those churches claiming to be the true church, but they're sola scriptura, they're all fake churches, correct?
Exactly, yes, because even, you know what, even Martin Luther, if he was to see the churches nowadays, he would even be like, what the heck? What have I done? Martin Luther, he believed in the divinity of Mary, and he believed in even John Calvin, like John Calvin that founded the Methodist or the Presbyterian. He didn't found it, but most of them, they take their theology on like Presbyterian. Okay, he even believed that Mary was a virgin until the end of her life, and that's what our Catholics believe. But then nowadays you have so many different denominations, So
Bro,
who's
expand,
supposed to?
one last question, bro. One last question about the
Hindi pa
numbers.
ako
Sorry.
tapos, Abiel. I have few
Okay, go
questions
ahead.
pa. Para
Oh,
hindi masira yung
my
momentum ko.
Catholic brother,
Expat,
let him ask it. I can answer it.
expat, can I finish my
Oh
few
yeah, go ahead,
remaining
go ahead.
questions? Okay. And so, okay, nawala na ng question ko. Sige, ito na yung, no, English pala. Okay, next question, expat. So, who choose these manuscripts to be included in the compilation of the Bible, since before there were a lot of manuscripts, I think thousands of
The
manuscripts, but there are
council, the
only 73
councils,
books.
the councils of the Catholic Church, or the different councils, they chose the canon of the scriptures. Do you agree with that?
I totally agree to that. So the
The
Catholic Church
different
choose.
different the different councils, they set up different councils, so they'll call a council within many Christian bishops. There'll be bishops and priests present at that council, and they'll choose what should be canon, if you guys know what the canonization of the books are, and what should not be considered canon. So
So and
the
so
Catholic
therefore the
Church,
correct. And so
go
therefore the
ahead, go ahead.
Catholic Church is the one responsible for choosing what manuscripts to be included in the compilation.
Exactly. It's not the Catholic Church, it's also the consensus of the bishops and the early saints, that early church fathers that chose it. So it wasn't just there wasn't just one person, like the people claim that, oh, the Pope. No, there's hundreds of clergy, there's bishops that chose what should be included in the Bible and what shouldn't be included in the Bible. And it was like that until Martin Luther came, and he was like, okay, the Martin Luther's method was basically, okay, in the Old Testament there's more books than the Protestant Bible, okay, and he chose the Jewish, or the rabbinic Jewish canonization of the Old Testament. But the early church fathers and the councils, they chose what they believe in was scripture, and they had a consensus. So you're meaning to tell me that you guys are willing to take all these books out of the Old Testament, like Maccabees, First, Second Maccabees, Tobit, all these books, because of one person, Martin Luther? And even Martin
Expat,
Luther wanted to take St. James out of the Bible, because St. James says
correct,
that we're justified by our works and not our faith. But that's not
correct,
contradictory, because it's not contradictory, because we're justified by faith through works, and we're justified by works through faith. Okay?
correct.
But Protestants will say, oh, you don't need works to. Okay, well, if you don't need works to be saved, why was Jesus preaching the parable between the sheep and the goats, saying, if you don't feed me, or you don't clothe me, you don't this prisoner, you won't inherit the kingdom of God? Okay? That's a work salvation, when our Lord was preaching the sheep and the goats, the parable between the sheep and the goats. That's a work salvation, bro.
Expat, is there
Mic
such a
drop. Mic
verse?
drop.
Expat, is there such a verse in the Bible wherein God instructed the church to compile and even give list of manuscripts to be compiled, or it's just the church who are exercising its apostolic authority, which is bite and losing? Is there such a verse?
No,
No,
cause
first,
no,
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 there's
no,
no
no,
such
no.
verse. In other words, the Catholic Church is just exercising its apostolic authority, correct? Binding and loosing,
No, I
correct?
don't agree with that, because Saint Paul says to keep the traditions, and there
I
wasn't
see.
there wasn't there wasn't a New Testament. There wasn't a New Testament at that time. So how can we keep the traditions if there's no New Testament translated at that time,
No, no,
like
no. You
compiled?
didn't, you didn't get my question correctly. The first question is there such a verse wherein God instructed the church to compile the manuscripts and make it one book? Is there such a verse?
To make it one book? No.
There's no such verse. In other words, the compilation, if we follow the logic of the Protestant, the compilation itself is unbiblical.
Exactly.
Exactly. And so therefore, if it is unbiblical, what authority did the church use or exercise during the compilation? Since you said there's no commandment by God.
They use the elders, so like the early church fathers, they were apostles from the apostles, like they're disciples of the apostles.
Next question, is there such a verse wherein God gave the church list of manuscripts to be included in the compilation? Because there are thousands of manuscripts before, but only 73 books were being compiled. Is there such a verse in the Bible wherein God give list to the church which manuscripts to be compiled?
No, no.
I see. So it is the decision of the church, correct? Because the church is the pillar and the foundation of the truth, correct?
Exactly. Yeah, it's the rock
And
and
so
the
therefore, those canonized manuscripts declared by the church, those are the truths, correct?
exactly, yes.
I see. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for those educational discourse expert. Okay, next
Yeah, can I ask expat?
person to ask question.
Morwin.
Can I
Morwin,
ask
okay, go
expat?
ahead.
Yeah, good evening, expat. So you were saying that there are a lot of sects that are not there. Most of them are anti-Catholics or Protestants. Can you categorically say that anti-Catholics are not Christians because they don't submit to the authority given by Jesus Christ to Saint Peter as the first pope of the Catholic Church? Can you categorically say that?
I would not go as far as that, but if you deny the Trinity, I would say you're not a Christian.
Yeah, precisely because it was already condemned on the year 325 AD during the First Council of Nicaea. The Arianism was already condemned, and
Exactly.
this
But
anti-NCEA.
Some Protestants, they believe in okay, like there will be Arianism because if okay, are you Protestant?
I'm a Catholic.
You're Catholic, okay. But some Protestants will say, okay, so say for example, us Catholics we affirm that Mary is the mother of God. Do you agree with that? 100%? Yes or no?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
It is
okay, so
written. It is written. It is written.
you're not a non-Christian. But actually most Protestants now they'll say that oh, okay, Mary's the son or she's the mother of the human Jesus but not the God Jesus. Okay, you're that's Arianism. You're denying his
Divinity.
divinity. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Precisely. That's why I was asking if those Protestants who don't believe on the Catholic teachings, like the divinity of Jesus Christ, the Mama Mary as the Mother of God, because they don't recognize Mama Mary as the Mother of God. They teach different teachings. So, with that kind of belief, can you categorically say that those Protestants who claim to be Christians are actually not Christians at all because they don't follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, right?
Protestants, it depends on which denomination because there's thousands
Yeah,
of of Protestant
mainly
denomination. So say
the
for
main.
example a Lutheran, right? I was just talking crap about Martin Luther, but Lutherans are more aligned with Catholics than they are like a Pentecostal, okay? Like a Pentecostal will be very born again, like new age movement, born again. But a
So
Lutheran,
those people, can you categorically say that those Pentecostals are not actually Christians at all?
no, I would say honestly, most Pentecostals, no, I would say that they're not Christians. Honestly, I would say that.
And actually,
And I
one
have
major.
family. My dad's side is Pentecostal. My mom's side is Catholic. So I know from experience because they
Yeah,
worship Israel, and they
yeah.
say that they hate Catholics more than they hate the state of Israel. And they'll say like, "Oh, Israel, they're the chosen people of God." Okay, how many times have they cursed our Lord Jesus Christ, and how much have they cursed our mother Mary? If you read the Talmud, what the Talmud says about Mother Mary or about our Lord Jesus Christ.
Denominator of the Protestants, they don't submit and acknowledge the authority of Saint Peter as the first pope of the Catholic Church. And having that belief,
So
they
so
cannot.
so does the Eastern Orthodox, and the Eastern Orthodox aren't Protestant, but they're you know
Yeah, because
They
in
don't believe in
Catholic,
the primacy of Saint Peter, and
yes,
they're also not, but they're not Protestant. So they believe in apostolic tradition. So they believe in the saints. They believe in the veneration of Mary, the saints. But that's what separates the Eastern Orthodox with Protestants. Even though I wouldn't call a Eastern Orthodox a Protestant, because they affirm, the early teachings of the Catholic Church or the Church, but Protestants don't. They'll have a pastor. Okay. When that pastor dies, then they'll have another pastor, and they have differing opinions of what Scripture means.
having not submitted to the authority of the person whom Jesus Christ has given the authority. That's why I was asking if they can still be called a Christian if they don't submit to the authority of Saint Peter, whether they are Orthodox or a Protestant. I was asking your opinion. What can you say about that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. If they don't,
So what can you say about this? In the Philippines, there are a lot of sects
Saint
in the
Peter,
Philippines. Different.
you can have different people that have different interpretations of the Bible.
Here in the Philippines, you said that you have been living in the Philippines for quite some time, and being
Yeah,
said that
two
you already
years.
observed that in the Philippines there are a lot of denominations, Protestant denominations, with different teachings and established by different people, and those people have different teachings which are primarily different from what the apostles were teaching in the Bible. So I was asking if these Protestants are really not Christians because most of them have different teachings that is very different from what the Bible teaches because of self-interpretation. That's why I was asking you if these Protestants, majority of them, can they still be called Christians if they teach a different teaching that is different from what the
No,
apostles
I don't
were
think so.
teaching.
Okay, you want me to give you a perfect example? Okay. Okay, so my wife's family, they're Pentecostals, right? They're quote unquote born again Christians. Okay, what did the early church believe what born again Christians mean? It means to be born of water and spirit, and that's found in.
Okay, let me educate itong nasa baba, no, na si user, na isang INC siguro to. Ang Tagalog po ng ang Tagalog po ng therefore ay sa makatuwid, hindi kaya. Thank you. Ang bubo, very INC.
Pero Kuya Anta, anong
Wait
masasabi mo
muna,
dun sa
may i-play ako later
sa
after the
sinabi
discussion.
niya
Even the
ah,
lawyer, even Miriam Santiago said, and so therefore during the discourse in the impeachment trial of Renato Corona, ipaparinig ko mamaya yung clip, no?
so
Sabi ni
Kuya
Miriam,
Kuya Anta,
and so therefore, wait muna, Ibiel, wag ka sumapaw. Kasi instead of attacking the argument, he's attacking my grammar daw. No, instead of attacking the argument, the biblical canon, no. He's attacking my grammar na mali daw yung and so therefore kasi daw kung tatagalugin daw yung so therefore kaya ang Tagalog po ng therefore ay sa makatuwid. And even Miriam Santiago, all the lawyers, for example, in the oral arguments of the Supreme Court, using that phraseology and so therefore. Ay, Diyos ko, anong Tagalog ng
Wait, I don't
ipapaki-comment
understand
nga?
what I don't
Wait mo
understand.
na,
I don't
paki-comment nga
understand what you guys are saying.
anong Tagalog ng therefore kaya?
Mamaya to be continued. We were still talking.
Thank you.
I have one last question with Expat Lee. So, yeah, you
Hey,
said a
what? I
while
don't
ago.
understand anything he said. What did he say?
They were discussing about other Filipinos here because you were away from the from our live. But anyway, since you're still here, so one last question for you. You mentioned a while ago that you were reading church history and early church fathers. Based on your reading, as I'm also reading the church history, can you confirm that early Christians, particularly the early church fathers, they have sacred images, they have statues, and most of their beliefs and practices are in perfect alignment with the faith, beliefs, and practices of the Catholic Church at our present time?
Yes, they venerated icons. So there was a time within the church we had iconoclasm. It was with the Byzantine Empire. They didn't agree with. It was a minority group. They didn't agree with like venerating statues. Okay, like some like Protestants or like Muslims, for example, they say like, "Oh, you're bowing down to the statue." No, we're venerating. Like it gives it's a symbolic of what we believe in. Okay, so this statue doesn't hold any power over me, but it's symbolic of what we believe in. Okay, does that make
That's
sense?
yeah, yeah.
So we're not worshiping the statue. We're not like
We are not.
bowing out down to the statue. Like, oh,
Don't-
you're my god. Like
That's one big problem with these Protestants because they are not reading church history, they're not reading the works.
The early Christians, they venerated statues and they
Yes,
venerated like icons of pictures. Okay, so say for example, like Eastern Orthodox, they don't have statues, but they have like icons, so they have like pictures, right?
yeah.
But the Catholic Church, or like the East or the Western Roman Empire, we have statues.
Yeah, we have. That's
But
why
is
that's
the if you ask any Catholic, is this statue God? No. Is it a representation of God? Yes, it is, because
definitely.
it's Jesus. We won't say, "Oh, the statue is God." Like we're not worshiping it because it's God.
Yeah,
No, it's a representation, or
yeah.
So it's just straw man, bro. It,
I mean,
it's
that's
all
the
straw
major
man
problem.
arguments. So don't pay
That's the
attention to
main
them.
no, no. That's the main problem of the Protestants because they don't read church history. They don't read the early church fathers' writings. That's why they have different beliefs that are very different from what the early Christians and the early church fathers were practicing during the
Okay,
time.
okay. Do you know how to debunk them? Do you know how to debunk them?
Yes, of course.
They'll say, okay, find that in the Bible. Where does it say that we should? They always say that. Where in the Bible? Where in the Bible? Where in the Bible does it say that you should pray to, or like
Yeah,
have statues and stuff? And you can say, oh, the Ark of the Ark of the Old Covenant. The Jews used to
it's in the
basically
Bible.
worship and like bow down to it.
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
Exactly, it's in the Bible. So then we're like, oh, it's not the same. It's not the same.
As
But the Jews at the time, or like they used to bow down towards the Ark of the Old Covenant, and only the whole
it's written in the Bible, as
the
you
Ark of.
mentioned.
What we say as Catholics, that our Mother Mary is the Ark of the New Covenant.
Yes,
She, you know what?
she is.
She hold,
She said,
or like, if and then it's even in the New Testament. Even Elizabeth said, "Hail Mary, full of grace."
"The
Okay,
Lord is with me."
Uh,
and she even who am I to come to the mother of my Lord? Who am I to come to the quote mother of my Lord? Okay, she even said mother of my Lord. Lord, she's saying basically that she's the mother of God. Who am I to come to the mother of my Lord? That's in the Gospel of Luke. The mother of my Lord. Who am I to come to the mother of my Lord?
uh, uh,
The problem with the
expert,
Protestants.
can I ask you, expert, a question? You mentioned
Mamaya na, di pa kami na. One question lang, mamaya na, Church of God. So, you said a while ago that the church came first before the Bible. That's why you were asking me how to debunk those. Where in the Bible? Where in the Bible? It's written in the Bible. It's written in the First Timothy says, "But if I should be delayed, you should know how to behave in the household of God, which is the church of the living God, the pillar and foundation of truth." And if the church says that we should venerate these icons, we should believe that, because the church is the pillar and foundation of truth. And which church is that? And that is the Catholic Church. Am I right,
Yes.
expat? Okay, thank you so much for your time for answering my question. Okay naman, next. God bless you, expat. Thank you so
Expat,
much.
can I ask
God
you a
bless you too,
question?
bro.
Expat,
God bless
you
your
mentioned
family.
earlier, you mentioned earlier that that the Catholic Church compiled the Bible. My question is, why does the Catholic Church teach the Immaculate Conceptions of Mary when the Bible does not support it?
The Immaculate Conception, it's within Christology or Mariology. So how can Mary? Okay, the Conception is basically that Mary was immaculately conceived without sin. Okay, how can our who? Okay, can you answer my question? Where does who inherits the sin of? Like, where do you inherit your sin from? What does the Bible teach? What does the baby or the offspring inherit sin from?
Do
Can you
you not?
answer that?
You don't answer my questions.
You didn't answer my question though.
I
That's what
said
it all.
I
That's what it all.
I will repeat my question. Why does the Catholic Church teach immaculate conceptions of Mary, unseen Marys, when the Bible does? You cannot it's not a good argument that you believe that there is Mariologies. There is no such things Mariologies in the Bible. Can you answer that? Why the Catholic Church? You said earlier that the Catholic Church compiled the Bible. When the Catholic Church chosen those books, why they cannot find any books that support their belief that Immaculate Conception does
Yes,
not
it
say.
does. You don't. You're not even answering my question.
I am the one who answered.
Okay,
I am
I'll
the
answer
one
your
who asked you a
question. I'll
question,
answer
but
your
you don't
question. But you
answer
do
my
you do you
question.
promise to answer
Why?
my
My
question?
question is
Okay,
why? Why does the
okay.
Catholic
If I
Church
answer, bro, you're
teach
so. If
that
I answer your
Immaculate
question,
Conception of
you're
Mary
cutting
when the
me off,
Bible
bro,
does
and
not
you're
support
so.
it?
Okay, if I answer your question, would you answer my question?
Yes, can I answer you?
Okay, I'm gonna answer you. Okay, so in the human race as we are now, we inherit sin from Adam and Eve, original sin. So we inherit sin from Adam and Eve.
Why, if we inherit sins from our from Adam and Eve, why not
Adam
Mary
and Eve, it's
doesn't have a
inherited
sin?
sin. Adam and Eve is inherited sin. Do you think Jesus inherited sin from Adam and Eve? See, you don't even know what you believe in, bro. You're pausing. You're on Google or ChatGPT.
I'm not
Did
asking
Jesus
about Jesus
inherit original
Christ.
sin? Did
I
Jesus
am
inherit
posing.
original sin? You don't even
I
know what you're, dude. You're so low IQ, bro.
What? It's not a good answer to my question. You said that I am low
That's a
IQ.
perfect answer.
When you answered me, Jesus Christ, I am asking about Mary, not Jesus Christ.
But
How?
I'm
I
asking
think
you,
you
dude.
have a problem, Mr. Expat.
No, you do, bro. Antagonist, join it, bro.
Oh,
Can you
oh,
speak like your
antagonist,
language with this
help
guy?
your expat. It is very he is
You
is
don't
What
in
is the
even, you can't even
question?
speak English,
What is the
bro.
question?
I said a while ago that he said that he mentioned that the Catholic Church compiled the Bible. My question is, why does the Catholic Church teach the Immaculate Conceptions of Mary when the Bible does not support it?
Good
And
question.
mm,
So I'm asking him, bro. I'm asking him about original sin. So
But
did
his answer is about Jesus Christ. His answer is very far
exactly, and
far
original sin
away.
has everything to
I
do. Dude, are
expat.
you?
I don't. My question is about Mary, not Jesus Christ. Why you answer Jesus Christ when I asking you about Mary? Huh? If this is a Tagalog word, I will suck you. I will go. I will put you
Is
into
God,
a basket garbage.
are you
Ano?
saying, clarificatory question, are you saying that since the Catholic Church compiled the Bible and translated the Bible, are you saying that all of our doctrines, dogmas must be read explicitly in the Bible? Is that your view?
Yes, that's my view because you are the one who compiled the Bible. When you're
And that,
compiling the Bible, why the early churches who compiled the Bible doesn't have any books that
thank
support
you.
their belief that Mary is an immaculate conception?
Thank you very well. So and
How
so
can how can you defend
wait,
that? It means
wait,
you
wait, is
you
God.
added
You're
doctrines
you
to the Bible. It is a sin. Sin
wait,
since
wait is God. So are you saying that the Catholic Church must be sola scriptura?
the early church is sola
No,
scriptura.
I'm not asking the early church. I'm asking the Catholic Church because you said that since the Catholic Church
The early
compiled and
church
translated.
wasn't. They weren't. They were.
Wait,
Why not
wait,
the
wait,
do you
expat.
mean the
Wait,
early
wait,
church? Do you mean
wait, wait,
antagonist? Excuse me,
wait,
antagonist.
wait.
Do you
I,
mean the
I,
early church is not the Catholic Church? Because you said, I am asking about the early church, not the Catholic Church.
wait.
Do you mean the early church is not the
Early
Catholic
church was
Church and the
I,
Catholic,
you,
Catholic
bro.
Church
You
is
don't
not the
even know
early
what you're
church?
talking about.
you're now making a conclusion. You said a while ago, since the Catholic Church compiled and translated the Bible, why is the one of the dogmas of Mary, which is the Immaculate Conception, not found in the Bible? And I asked you a question. Since we compiled and translated the Bible, is it necessary that all of our doctrines and dogmas must be read explicitly in the Bible? And you said yes. Are you saying that the Catholic Church must be Bible alert? And you said yes. You said yes. In other words, we have to ignore our oral traditions, our sacred oral traditions, our magisterium, and our apostolic authority. Because you are limiting our dogmas and our doctrines within what is being read in the Bible. You're making the Catholic Church sola scriptura same as you, 'di ba? It does not necessarily mean that all of our dogmas and all of our doctrines must be read explicitly in the Bible because we are not Bible alone. The
Okay,
the
I
the
ask you,
the Catholic Church, wait, the Catholic Church, the Vatican, if you